Hello again, YouTube. I know I said that I wasn't gonna make no more videos today, but I gotta react to something, man, because this guy, I mean, I don't believe they understand polygyny. But I would tell you, Anton Daniels, like, I like a lot of your content. Get off the polygyny stuff, because I'm gonna tell you honestly, in a nice way, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, you haven't researched, you don't know what you're talking about. You can't just trust everything that's put out there. You have to put facts out there. And there's people on YouTube that can explain to you if you need to know. I'm more new to it, like 3-4 years understanding it. But there's other people as well that can also help you to learn before you get out here trying to force these guys into monogamous relationships with these Jezebels. If she listen, a lot of these women you can't be with just them. Like, and I could tell you from my previous lifestyle, I don't even gotta go into now. When you are their only option and they your only option, they don't act the same as they did when they knew all them women wanted you. It happened in my marriage. It happened in a lot of people's marriage. You don't know what you're talking about, man. And you're trying to go by the fact. Just be glad that you got a woman like you got, man. Cause I'm on the outside looking in, it looked like you got a unicorn. But now you trying to act like you doing something. She's a unicorn because she wants to be a unicorn. It's nothing you're doing. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all dudes is just too cocky, man. It's hard to, like, some of y'all, like, being a preacher, it's hard to, like filter and phantom some of you dudes on YouTube, man. Y'all just too arrogant, man. Too cocky. Like, don't speak on nothing that you don't know about. Ask questions, man. Your status don't mean you don't need to ask questions, man. You got and then these dudes getting in the comment, oh, he on fire. No, he's not. Let's go to it. I'm finna react to this, man. And then I'm gonna go to the scriptures real fast. I'm gonna try to wrap this up in 10 minutes. I wasn't even gonna make any more videos, but people need to know this here. So let's go into him.
Walking around with fucking herpes and an STD. But yo, let's just get poly. Let's fuck everybody. Let's have some more kids.
See, sometimes he just talk to hear self talk. How many people done caught herpes from their spouse? It's a lot of people out there that caught herpes from that cheating wife of theirs. She don't give them none. And then, like guys, I want to tell you, be real cautious. And if I got to make a part 2, I will. But I'm finna get this out. Be real cautious with your wives when they stop giving you some for a long period of time. Now all of a sudden they want to give you some, and the other dude could have bust off inside them, and they trying to blame it on you. So be careful. This is the type of stuff that goes on in monogamy.
Everybody fucking need therapy, but let's have more kids, y'all.
Everybody do not need therapy. I don't need no therapy, man. My therapy is in the Word. I don't need no therapy from these people. See, let's keep going.
So let's combine our resources. When we combine our powers like Voltron and come together, we gonna fix this shit.
Anton, I honestly think that the things you're saying is already being done. There's nothing to start doing.
Skip. I don't need you. Bruiser, I like Bruiser, but sometimes they don't be saying what they want to say, man.
I'm not of y'all anymore. And
Lapeef, I'm gonna tell you, man, if you want me to come on there, if you want me to come on your show and explain polygyny to Anton, I will. That status stuff, I ain't trying to hear none of that, man. I ain't trying to hear it. If I come on there and we talking about polygyny and he start losing the argument, he want to bring up money and all that, just mute him. Mute him. That's your show. And I'm not trying to come in between y'all, but like, he be like on some stuff, he need to stick to where he's strong. Polygyny, he's painfully weak because he don't know about it.
Today, I divest myself from this culture and this community permanently. because this shit is hell.
Okay, now you was just talking about God. And I'm going to go to the scripture in a minute. And I already know it's 5 minutes in already. We're going to have to do a part 2 to this. But you was just talking about God. So one day you talking about God. The next day you really criticizing God. And I'm finna show you in the word in a second. We're going to have to do a part 2 to this, but we're going to keep going.
This is absolutely hell.
We're not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is the stuff that you're stating, it's not something that somebody is trying to make happen. It's just this stuff is already being done. People are already polygamous or whatever. You know,
Good
people
job.
are already
Right.
shooting the club up and making kids out of wedlock and all that stuff.
If they
Some
in
people are just
polygyny,
trying to
it's
look
not
at it
out
and
of
say,
wedlock.
okay, look, there's no way to stop this. There's never been to stop this for centuries. We just
Exactly.
never have been able to get in front of this. How do we figure this out? How do we
Women are having children less and less, so it's not the same. That generation is
Right.
fast. They're not
You
having
can say
children.
we're having children less and less, but the numbers as far as
We
households
definitely
is
gonna have to
also
have a part
increasing.
2.
So
It's
actually, it is increasing.
then that means that they will be having. That's another conversation. Go ahead.
Well, I would like to speak to something Anton said earlier. You said that when a man reflects that sentiment, that men are naturally polygynous, that is
They are.
a reflection of their femininity. So, do you think it's
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, Antoine, you need smoke for that. How is a guy feminine because he wants more than one? See, you just be talking. I don't care about your Lamborghini. None of that. That don't matter. What matters right now is that you teaching people falsehood. And I wouldn't even be a prophet. And of course, people like you don't believe I am. But all you got to do is research what I'm gonna teach y'all on these videos about polygyny yourself, and then you'll see exactly where I'm coming from on it. How are you basically trying to say guys are effeminate because they're basically natural polygynists? Now, I'm sure you done read scriptures about Solomon, right? I'm gonna go to the scripture and what it had to say about Solomon. Because some of y'all, you know, just because that's your pastor, that don't mean he even know what he talking about. See, it all comes down, what's true, what's false. Not status, not position, not what you think of how somebody look or this, that, and that. What's true, what's false. That's all this comes down to. This don't come down to nothing else but truth and falsehood, righteousness and unrighteousness. And for you to basically say that a person is effeminate, now you blaspheming the spirit because you're saying that God is effeminate because I'm going to show you in the scripture what he did. I'm going to show you in the scripture.
feminine for a man to desire or have multiple women?
I don't think it's feminine to have emotion.
And shout out to Rays of Eve, man. You're right. Like he'll try to make y'all think y'all wrong. You, Bruiser, whoever else, y'all not wrong. Bruiser, I'm telling you, man, I'm a preacher. I have a license to preach. I'm telling you, I'll put it on myself. If you want to practice polygyny, the real God of heaven is not going to have a problem with it. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you right now. If every woman that you have sex with, you have an arrangement with them as your wife or your concubine, the Most High don't care, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. We're gonna go for another minute, and we're gonna make part 2.
That's not what I asked.
It actually answers your question. So I don't think it's feminine to desire or to like anything. I think it's feminine to act on that desire.
So it's feminine for a man to have multiple women.
I think it's feminine to make a decision based off of
We don't care what. Listen, man. Listen. Now, see, now it's gonna seem like I'm being disrespectful. I don't care about your bald heads. I don't care about your cars. None of you dudes on YouTube. None of y'all. It doesn't matter. See, y'all going too far with this arrogance and this cockiness, man. You won't listen. There's people trying to teach that won't be taught. You got to live. If you don't know what you're talking about, You got to let people teach you. And we probably end up having to do like maybe 3 parts to this, because I'm not even halfway through this clip. It's hard to get through it just listening to, come on, Anton, man. You out of order for this one, man. I'm just going to tell you. You don't, and I believe you don't know. You don't realize, because you don't understand what you're talking about. You just going by your own marriage. I can't say this enough. In closing and coming back, monogamy is fine if that's what you want as a man. It's an option. It's not a requirement. It's an option. It's not a requirement. Nobody in this world is going to be, in this current world, is going to be Paul's bishop. Even when he told his bishops that they need to only have one wife so they can focus on the ministry, which is the one scripture they try to go to, that was a suggestion. He wasn't telling them that they had to do it that way. So stay tuned, man. Like, we got a lot to cover in this one. We're going to come back. Stay tuned. This is The Truth, man.